Now I've got good news and I've got news. The good news is the cryptocurrency market is green on the day today. Seems to be recovering beautifully here with, look at this, a 6% gain in Solana. Bitcoin up about 0.5%. Meme coins are up as well. The news is I have no idea if it's going to continue on, right? Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. We simply have to go along with what is happening today, what the current analysis says, what the latest news is, and that's what we're going to be discussing in the video. We're specifically going to be talking about Shiba Inu coin and its outlook amid the current risk-off crypto sentiment. So if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. Now, I am actually okay with the cryptocurrency market today. It has been a very difficult few weeks here, watching it bleed every single day. But before we jump into this article and talk about the current outlook, I do want to say thank you. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's on Claybro Clips channel instead of Claybro. I'm not going to be able to post on the other channel for another couple weeks. So if you guys would please click that subscribe button, I thank you in advance. I'm going to be consistent on both of them moving forward as soon as I'm allowed. But I want to be extremely, explicitly, just obviously clear, okay? Starting yesterday, or the day before, whatever this is, November 17th, starting November 17th, YouTube has changed their policy. They do not like cryptocurrency, okay? They actually view it as harmful and dangerous, and YouTube's direct attack on crypto is happening right now. Now, there are some exceptions. Educational content, so allowed content. Videos that provide educational information about cryptocurrency. I want to be explicitly clear that we are educating in this video. We are talking about some of the latest news. Yes, I will give my interpretation of some of that news. Yes, I will give my opinion on some of this news. But that's just, it's not to encourage, it's not to recommend, it is not to promise in any way that you do something. It is simply to bring this knowledge and bring this material in front of you so that you can make an informed decision. YouTube doesn't think that you can think for yourself. And they don't think that you can make your own decisions. So with that, you are an adult. You are able to make your own decisions. Do not let this video sway you in any way, but allow it to bring this knowledge and bring this information to your fingertips so that you can better make that decision. And I do want to apologize for these disclaimers that are going to happen in every single video. I know that it is going to get extremely annoying hearing this over and over and over again, but with this direct attack on cryptocurrency, we need to be very careful, right? And with that, let's talk about some of the latest news. It says that Shiba Inu coin sits in a fragile phase of this cycle, with its pairing against USDT reflecting a market that is cautious, liquidity-driven, and increasingly selective. In this piece, we explore where the meme coin currently stands and the broader crypto landscape. So let's just go over the summary here, because it is a very long article talking a lot about different things. But to summarize it, the executive summary, the dominant picture on the daily chart is bearish, and I could not agree more. Shiba Inu coin has spent the entirety of 2025 testing support instead of testing resistance. Now, normally, we would want to see a cryptocurrency that is rising and testing limits as opposed to falling and testing floors. It goes on to say that with the overall regime pointing to sellers still having the upper hand, it says daily momentum gauges lean soft and the sub 40 RSI signals lingering downside pressure rather than capitulation. On intraday terms, however, conditions stabilize. Hinting at the market may be trying to build a short-term floor, and we can see that on the chart here. Now, the short-term floor was around the 1,000 point per coin mark, but unfortunately that was broken to the downside. Now, 850 to 890 points per coin is where Shiba Inu coin is currently trying to find support. It has double tested this level, and so far, so good, holding up, but the overall market still extremely fearful. Matter of fact, sitting at a level of 15 extreme fear. This is the lowest level that we've seen in the last several years for cryptocurrency in general, not just Shiba Inu coin. And the lowest level of the year, 15 extreme fear, happened on March 10th. It is happening again on November 18th, so please pay attention to that. This is not a market that is conducive to growth. It says that meanwhile, macro risk appetite is weak. Global crypto market capitalization has fallen 4.5% over the last 24 hours, and liquidity is rotating defensively. Bitcoin dominance near 56% underscores a preference for major over speculative altcoins. Extreme fear on the sentiment index suggests that traders are already positioned cautiously with both cap rallies which will both cap rallies and paradoxically set the stage for sharp short covering moves. Now, we cannot live in a perpetual state of fear. At some point, now that doesn't necessarily mean that the prices are going to rise and begin soaring, but at some point, these prices will stabilize. At some point, these prices will begin to be viewed as very cheap. At some point, traders and investors will not be able to help themselves, but they will have to begin buying. That's the cyclical nature of markets. I get it. I feel the emotion the same way that you guys do, right? I am sick and tired of the red day after red day after red day, of the fear shrouding the market. But eventually, the masses will begin to accumulate once again. And the new floors that are set up will be just that. New price bottoms, new price floors. So what do? Do I panic sell with all of the fear? Absolutely not. I choose to push through, close my eyes, accumulate, and believe that this industry will grow. That does not mean that you have to do that. If you fall victim to the fear, you fall victim to the fear, right? It is still your individual decision to make. Watch the indicators. Understand where we are in terms of overall analysis on the market. Understand where we are and where analysts believe that we are sitting on Shiba Inu coin at a potential floor. And understand that if you do choose to accumulate, you've got several options available. Now, like I said, this is not a recommendation to use the KCEX exchange. I chose to use the KCEX exchange for several reasons. Those reasons are 0% fees on meme coins when it comes to futures. One of the best selections of cryptocurrency that I have ever seen. I mean, you can scroll through. There's hundreds. I don't know if there's thousands, but there's hundreds at least cryptocurrencies available on this exchange, both spot and futures. And if you choose to trade on leverage, 75x leverage for meme coins, altcoins, and up to 125x leverage on Bitcoin. But like I said, that is not a recommendation for you guys to trade, use, or buy or sell cryptocurrency. It is simply allowing you to know that these places exist. Shop around. Do your own analysis. Make your own decisions. Cryptocurrency, in my opinion, is here to stay. It is an industry on the forefront of some of the biggest growth that we have ever seen. I am here for it. I want to know if you guys are here for it. Let me know what decisions you make down in the comments below. And until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.